So a year later, and here I am with how strong of a person I was back then in ideals and thoughts and understanding that reality. Was I good at following it? I teeter-tottered back and forth. I'm in fact I'm jumping onto my first relationship, like actual relationship, kind of like spiraled down and kind of like actually brought me out of that mindset. So I went back to a very like self-deprecating and a very pessimistic mindset. Didn't really uphold anything. Didn't really stand for anything that much. I kind of like leaned and swayed away from most of the people that I actually cared about, and that did cause a lot of problems. So the people that I love, the people that I show like my most like deepest self, I kind of was distant from them. I was trying to find everything possible to distract myself from what had happened. And that's my fault. I put myself in that position, and I just have to understand, yeah, I got to move on with stuff. But my mind still is towards meditation mentally and physically, and the set of world values, and understand that nothing is given, it can only be taken. So it has to be worked for, cannot be a free wish. Everything has a price, and it's set. You are not entitled to anything. You are not entitled to anything. You have to have this understanding in life. You have to be able to, when you want success, you have to be able to wake up in the morning and start your daily routine and push with your daily routine and continue. A successful day is where you had no error and pushing and giving up. That's success. True failure is not learning from your first mistakes and actually taking it and throwing it away. You might not see it. If you push it to the side and procrastinate and you continue and then you forget about it, that's true failure in its own way, in its own set. Reason B, because you never did it and it was the thought, and the thought was given up on. You didn't succeed. It didn't make it out of your head. It didn't even get the worldly chance to make its actual existence. So that itself is true failure. To me, personally. Now, my biggest inspiration and idol is that true failure is if you actually don't learn from the first time. That's true failure. Or the second or third time. So, all I have to say is that when you're pushing yourself every single day, when you're making those rounds, when you're actually getting up and doing things, and you jumpstart yourself to the best of your ability, the 100 best, that's still not your best, because you can always push further and further, because every day is an advancement. It's adapting to your environment, whether what changes, and change can always get worse or better depending on the day and depending on your mindset and your mood. You can change any environment in this world with just your mood and just how you take care of it and handle it and approach it. It can be 100 times better if you think it's 100 times better. It can be 10,000 times worse if you think it's 10,000 times worse. It's all about your mindset. It's not how am I going to finish this? I am going to finish this, and how am I going to get there to that success? The pessimistic mindset will not get you anywhere, and it will create failure, because it's nothing but a delusion of irritation, arrogance, selfishness, and to the point of laziness. An optimistic mindset is always looking for the best option, always looking for the best opportunities, and always moving forward and not stopping. Optimism is the cure to anything. And meditation teaches you patience for that idea and that thought. I came from a pessimistic mindset. I came from a person when I was younger, when I was in my teens. A pessimistic mindset was like, I hate the world and what it is. I hate everybody. I don't care about everybody. Why is my life so fucking hard? Why is it this and that and this and that? And not doing anything about it. Not starting up anything. Not really. My first actual startup and understanding that I can make success out of nothing and actually build up when I joined my own local freerunning parkour community, and I actually started pushing that. And the people that I grew up with doing this helped push a personality, a person, an idea, a thought, me out as today. Someone that's able to take real life experiences and understand that not everybody's opinion can be the same. Not everybody's ideals will ever be the same. And everybody goes through their struggles, and everybody understands that no two things are the same. I went out. I discovered, I learned, and understood. I put myself in a perspective that I'm not used to. I didn't put myself into something that's comfortable. Everybody's always looking for the comfort. There's no comfort. Success is not comfortable. Success is always growing pain, and you grow from that pain, and you continue and further. Your mind releases so much attention for dopamine when you are successful. When you do something, when you achieve something, you've gained something, you worked really hard. It's the opposite whenever you get something in return. You don't show as much appreciation because you didn't work for it. You're not entitled to anything, and your brain tells you the same thing. That's mentality. That's biology in itself. You are meant to work and gain. Work and gain, not get. So it's natural for you to want to actually work for things. And if you sit around and you do nothing and get everything, you feel like you're less important and everything's been handed to you and you feel like you have no meaning. With meaning, there is life to give. With no meaning, life does not give. You have to grow and understand yourself as a person first before you can even go and understand other people. That's one piece other people are forgetting themselves. I'm bad at this. I'm really bad at this. I'm going to say this. I make assumptions. I do. I'm a failure at making assumptions at most times. But I try my best and I call myself out. It's that self-determination, criticism, and humility that helps me get through it for that character build. So no matter what, in any process, you have to understand yourself before you can go on to try and understand other people. You need to figure yourself out, learn your curves, learn your emotions, learn where your patience is. You need to work on attributes of yourself and those abilities and grow from them, characterize them, and push them further than anything. If you're not able to do that, then how can you tell anybody else to do that? And how can you push anybody else to do that? You can't, because you're not standing your own ground with yourself. You're a crumbling house at yourself. You're the pot calling the kettle black. It doesn't matter. Always keep working on yourself. You are the first person to work on. Everybody else comes second. Nobody in this world comes first before you. If you distract yourself with everybody else, you are sincerely failing yourself. You have no self-appreciation, no self-love, and no self-character anymore. You can be the most giving person in the world. It's great, but you're going to be depressed because you're not getting anything back and you feel entitled. No. You have to set yourself to where you can build your energy and build all that love inside of you so you can give it away without no entitlement whatsoever. You can't do things for other people and expect things to come back. You have to do for yourself, which is selfish, but there's good selfish and there's bad selfish. There's a good of little things and there's a good of bad things. Doesn't matter. You still need to build on your house, keep your tools, work on that house, build that structure up. Because if you keep handing out your tools, you have nothing to build on. And you're fracturing, your structure is falling apart, and you're really just a crumbled house at the end. because you gave everything else to everybody else. And you probably didn't receive as much as you thought you would because you expected and assumed that everybody else will do for you like you do for them. It's not the reality. It's not the truth. Not a perfect world or utopia would do that. Everybody else is not. Well, everybody else is stuck in a self-beneficial world at 100% most of the time. Instead of actually like doing the selfish part, there are points and times in life you're supposed to be selfish for the healthiness of your body, for the healthiness of you and your mindset. Selfishness is healthy at certain points, time, and in place. There's other areas where you can be selfless, which is understandable, which is healthy too. Shows your character, shows how you can be social, you can grow with other people in a community. But you need to understand how to divide those two and understand when those two are there. Nobody should look at selfishness at 100% negative. It shouldn't be used as that. The term shouldn't be classified as that. It's biastically hypocritical. Because if you say someone's selfish, you in turn are selfish because you're saying selfish to make yourself feel better and think you're not selfish when you're selfish. So it goes in a loop. You're in a paradigm that just keeps on going and going and going, making you feel like you're the better being, stacking on top and top and top, when it's not that. We have to have self-humility. I personally set myself the lowest for one reason, is because I'm not the highest, and it sets my standard. It sets that there's a perimeter. It sets that I am going to not objectify myself and say that things could be this way and I'm great at it and I'm good at it and I'm better than everybody else. No. I push and I push and I push and I study myself and I work on areas that need to be worked on. I do not skip anything. Do not. I'm still lagging. I'm still slowing. You know why? Because I see it. I understand that I'm lacking in many different areas. So I'm working on those. And I will never have a day where I'm never 100%, because every day is different. Every day is new. And how I can approach is new. It's a new learning experience. So it's never ending. I'm always growing. I'm always working on myself. There is no end plateau. I will never plateau. Everybody else can plateau. I have a summit that goes beyond. That's what I care about. Never ending work. 100%. To see the intellectual side of how your mind can diversify on ideas and thoughts between yourself and other people when they're around you, how self-critical you can be, how doubtful you can be if you're in a certain group of people that aren't with you or that aren't in the same subcategory as you or don't think the same way as you. You can just change a whole approach and mindset for yourself, and you can either fall or pick yourself up and stand, or you can make other people fall or you can make them stand. It's all about the way you do you on to others. Again, self-reflection is the best meditation, because the quickest way you find self-reflection is when you treat somebody shitty and they give it right back to you. That's the quickest way. But people are stupid and they're just going to say, I'm going to do me. That was just you. Back at you. So understand, any energy or any kind of reaction you can give to anybody else, self-reflection come right back at you, right there in the face. They look different, they seem different, but that's your energy being put right back at you. So, no matter what, you have a good day, you keep putting good on yourself, and you make sure to always be patient. Never forget to be patient. Be strong. Be careful and be caring. Y'all have a good day, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. Yeah. We waiting for the time to go out.